what, patrons? Welcome to what I've done for the last 2 weeks, which is a lot, but also this last week hasn't really been too much. But we'll go ahead and get into, so from last week, what I first started was doing these buttons. Let me show you the scene. Let me move everything back around. So it looks a little bit different, and we'll get to that. But what I did is I worked on these buttons. So you have the background, which is that blue thing. Then you have all the different defenders that we can have. So whenever you play, you can select it and place it down and all that good stuff. We will also talk about where they are being placed. But so yeah. That is the first thing I did, is I made the buttons. I put like buttons quad, and I think that's because I did like a game object, 3D object, and then like quad. And that's how I made it. Or that's what, I was told to make it. I'm not sure why I really wanted you to know that. But I did, apparently. And then yeah, I also made it so that these are black whenever they are first there. Oh yeah, see they have like quad mesh filter for the background. But whenever they are first there, they are black. And whenever you select them, which is in the button script, which yeah is what I'm about to do, or about to show you, it just gives them their color back. It basically tells it to take out the black. I don't know. Okay, so I have a button array, which is to hold all the gold, the rock, and the 2 dragons, and then selected defender, and then there's like the defender prefab, which is just their prefabs. So whenever it starts, it creates a button array, and it finds all the buttons that are in the game, which are just these 4. And I think that's really all I have to say for that. And then whenever you mouse down, so this is for them, they're making it as a mobile app for the course, but I'm not. I'm making it as a computer game. But mouse down still works even for finger tapping, so I thought that was interesting. But for each button in the array, it has the color black, so it automatically makes them black. That's what it does. Actually. Makes it black, but it shouldn't. Weird. I feel like I don't need this. I want to see what happens whenever we comment that portion out. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I thought it was pulling from right here. If anything, that should be in like the start. Why did I do that? Or why did he do that? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that commented out, but still there just in case I'm like, oh, this is why. Here, let me click on one of them maybe. No? Oh. It makes it go back to black. Okay. It doesn't make it black to begin with when the mouse is pressed. Okay. Got it. So, figuring that out. It's been a long couple weeks, especially this week already. It's only Tuesday. But whenever you click on it, it makes it white, which is just, it gets rid of the black. It makes it colorful. You saw how it is. This is the code. I don't know. I'm so out of it, and I'm very sorry. So after that, I then made the core, or I messed with the core game. I didn't make it. We've had the core game. But I made it so that, we'll scroll in, made it so that the core game is only this area and not this column. So there's a little highlight. Also though, I'm going to take out this top one. So while we're here, go ahead and do that. because I'm gonna, the reason it's a different size and everything than the last time that you saw it, well, I'll tell you guys in a bit, but there is a reason for it. And so I'm going to take out that top row. I kind of forgot about that until just now. Now I'm just eyeballing it because good enough. I don't see any problem with that. Okay, so now the core game is here, which is where everything will be spawning, is just here. Let me see if the spawners... Oh, they're all messed up because I haven't messed with them yet. Okay, so that is where the core game is. So this top part's going to have stuff up there. That's why I went ahead and took that out. And obviously this isn't going to be somewhere where things are going to be spawning or that you can play. It's just a selector. So that's why that is also different. But yeah, that's really all we did for that, was just mess with the size of it. We gave it this defender spawner script, which... Sorry, he was stuck on my clothes. Which... Anakin's on my lap. Yeah, you can kind of see him. It's a lot darker right now because I had to mess with the camera settings because my camera was completely overexposed and I don't really know why. So it might be a little bit darker right now. Let's see. So the defender spawner kind of does a lot. It looks like it's a lot, but not really too bad. So it calls the camera. It also finds the game object parent, which is just the defender. Pretty sure. What am I even doing? Core game. My camera. Oh, I thought I told it what the game object was. But it should just be that defender where it's going to categorize everything. Because whenever everything is spawning, it puts it in this defender. So that it's not cluttering up everything. If that makes sense. So that's that. Whenever you start, it finds the defenders, which is this folder, not really folder, you know what I mean. And then if it doesn't have a parent, so basically if it finds it outside of it, it puts it in there. And if it doesn't have a parent, then it goes ahead and puts it in there. So everything gets in there. Whenever you mouse down, so whenever you're clicking somewhere in the game, it snaps to grid and then world units of mouse click. And those are two things that obviously I've made. You can go through the math, but basically it's taking, so world units of mouse click, which I will get into how I've had to change everything for that. But it's just taking, it's rounding it, and then it's snapping it to the grid of a rounded int, basically, so that everything is supposed to go into the squares. Right now it doesn't because I messed up at the very beginning, but you can see that like it is, you know, in a grid. Like I can't put stuff like in the middle or anything. It is a grid. It's just not the right grid right now. And now we'll get into what I've had to completely redo. So much stuff. So at the beginning, he had us doing world units where this is 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, and so on. Sounded great. I didn't get it at the time, and I thought that I could do without it, and I can't. It makes it really hard, actually. So now I went back through, oh, was it the core game? I have to look at it. Oh, I wrote it down. No, I didn't. Good job, Giselle. Whole canvas. It was the whole canvas. So I have 1920 by 1080, and I had to scale it based on that to get it so that this is 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, so that everything snaps to the grid nicely. Actually, it should be doing that then. I don't know. I haven't really finished with it, so maybe there's something else that I need to do and I haven't. I'm still like in the middle of this. I almost didn't want to make this video because I'm still making it, if that makes sense. You know, I'm like in the middle of fixing everything that I didn't do. But it's supposed to be making it so that everything... And see the little arm? That's just floating on the screen because of nothing. That's because I've had to change the whole world units, which I had to rescale everything, and now I'm having to reanimate everything. Not totally reanimate, but like I was working on the dwarf, I have to fix all the positions because they are all wonky. Yay! Super fun. So in his animation, you know, oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's just breathing. It's not very showing. So, my goodness. Okay, well, am I not on the dwarf? Am I on? Oh, okay. I'm on him. So he was completely far away. Dude, are you missing a cap? You are. Anyways, I'm so sorry. So he was completely in a different, he was like up here, and to make it so that whenever you place him at 1-1, so we'll go ahead and go to his thing. He's dwarf blonde though. He's regular dwarf. I forgot that I made the regular dwarf orange haired. Okay, good. So I can make him at 2-1. And he sits pretty close to the ground, you know, and where I'd want him to spawn. Dude, okay. I can't even right now. I don't want him cleaning himself on me right now. Okay. So he was spawning like up here, so I had to move him over and down, which I've had to do for all their animations too, because it's not relative to the position of the whole body, apparently, even though I feel like it kind of should be, but it's not. So I've had to completely go through here, change it, go to this one, here, change it. Apparently it hasn't been applied. And change it, and go to this one, change it, and go through all of their animations. It's been real fun. Oh, but it's gonna make it nice, yeah. It's gonna make it so nice. It really is, so that whenever I do spawn them in, it spawns them correctly, but right now, it's not working. And then also, hopefully, he goes over how to make it so that you can't do like that. Or maybe it'll just work out whenever I make everything look better, but good. I'm glad you can't do anything out here. That's at least how it's supposed to work. So, that's what I've been doing. Super fun stuff. Love it. And the reason the dwarfs, they could probably be working correctly, or should be, but I have the spawners in completely wrong spots for them. That's the next thing that I did. But since I rescaled everything, they're not exactly where they're supposed to be. So you have this first spawner. It's supposed to be like... well, I guess that's also a good thing about it. What, 12... 5? And then it should spawn correctly. 12... 4? Good. I guess this is also a good test. 12... 3? Let's see if it works. Like I said, I'm like still in the middle of fixing all this, so I'm kind of like... I'm still in it. Not really at a good stopping point, which is why I almost didn't want to make this, but I'm already doing 2 weeks of stuff. I didn't want you guys to wait any longer. Okay. Project, save the scene. Okay. That's close. That one's fine because you know, their animations. I think I'm still working on their animations. That's why they're weird. See, okay, so he's perfectly placed. What, and it also has a randomization, so it could even just be the fact that, like, maybe it's only spawn. I should have made the colors different. Oh, wait, I guess I can do that real quick, can't I? Oh, or I can. No, okay. The dwarf blonde should be blonde. We'll just make it a completely different color right now, though. That real quick. No, because I don't have a renderer. And have to have a renderer, I think. I wonder if I can put one on real quick and not ruin everything. So if I like that, is that changing him? Oh, what do I want to do? I want it to like go over him. Maybe I've done it in a way that I can't do that. Oh. Okay, I guess not. I wanted to like see if, because I've had it where I've been testing it and just it hasn't been since it's randomizing the dwarf spawning, it hasn't been doing the right dwarf. So I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe that's what's happening. But they should be on the level. Oh, I hope I don't have to reconfigure them. I mean, worst case, I'll just put spawners a little bit higher, but that wasn't the whole point of this, was it? Okay. Whatever, I guess it doesn't really even matter. Yeah, the spawners are a bit different than the... It's because of the scale. So... to see, like, this is a little bit below, while whenever you're on the dwarf, its thing is a little bit above. To figure that out. The worst case, I really feel like I'll just probably put the spawner a little bit higher and call it good, because it's really almost not worth it to me to, let me see, 5.2. See what that does. Like 5.1. 5. Because it still needs to be a bit higher. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'll probably just do. I'll just put it a little bit higher. Ugh, okay. It's really been fun. It's been fun. Everything's great. So that is it that I have done. Well, no, it's not. I did Shooter CS too. Goodness. What does that do? Oh, it fires a projectile. And makes it so that if somebody is... I'm still working on this too, so it's kind of iffy. But if somebody's ahead in the lane, then it is attacking. If it's not, then the purple dragon's not attacking. This is all for the defender. Only the purple dragon's the only one that fires projectiles. But that's what this all does. I think you've seen part of this before, because I only did this part. And right now, right now the code isn't even actually there. So I'm still working on it, so But this has been a really great video quality, I know. And I'm sorry about that. But hopefully this kind of gave you a good outlook of what I'm doing. Right now, it doesn't look like I'm going to be finishing on Halloween, October 31st, like I was supposed to, because right now I am, let's see, how many hours behind am I on my schedule? Nope, that's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I am 13 hours behind schedule. I'm supposed to work on it 13 hours this week, and that's just not going to happen. A lot will happen, but 13 hours will not. And this is probably going to put my unboxing videos that I was going to post this week off, because I'm not going to do those. Those are not more important than dev. So they get put off for another week. Yay! But, yeah. I don't know. I'm more just, like, disappointed in myself about that. I wanted to get it done on the timeline, but even if it wasn't graphically done, I wanted it to be done and just work on the graphics for the rest of it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We will see. Maybe, you know, next 2 days that I don't have scheduled, you know, because I have my schedule up until Sunday on the 29th. Maybe the next 2 days after that just won't be hectic. But, you know, I bet it will. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so I will see you guys next week. I'll be posting it. I think it will. This weekend's so busy with the Quidditch tournament, but yeah, I will be posting it hopefully on Sunday, maybe on Monday, but you will get what I'm doing this week. Hopefully it's a lot. Hopefully all of this looks better and it makes more sense and I'm able to explain it better. Right now I'm just like, so I hate not finishing a portion of it so I can be like, yeah, this is where I'm at and this is where I'm going. But that happens. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you for supporting and making these videos possible. I'll see you guys next time.